Okay, good evening, everybody. Thanks for coming into the FSV preview. So I'm going to start my screen and then go through some of the slides with you. Just now you've seen a video on the IPFS, all right? So we're going to talk about this file system video, right? Which is, I think it is an amazing project, right? And I'm going to try to use about in less than an hour to tell you just brief information, right? And then if you think it makes sense, and then we can take it further. So as a start, I think just a quick 1-minute introduction of myself so that you know where am I coming from. My name is To Seng Hock. Basically, I studied engineering, EE from NUS Singapore. And then I worked a few years in the computer industry. And then I went to do a full-time MBA in UK, major in finance. And I have over 20 years of management experience in a few MNCs, including Hewlett-Packard, Philips Consumer Electronics, and those are the company if you know. Then I was doing a lot of, I was doing mainly product marketing. So that means if you're using iPhone 13, I was looking at iPhone 15. So I look at a lot of technology trend in advance. So we look at technology a couple of years in advance before it comes to mainstream, all right? So, and then in between, I was a venture capitalist as well. So venture capitalist actually uses the same skill set as product marketing. Venture capitalists look at very potential initial startup company, then has very strong technology trends so that they can make a lot of multiple returns. And if the company go well, the technology trend is right, execute properly, then the company could end up with, let's say, 10 times, 50 times, 100 times returns. Maybe very rare, we can have 1,000 times. 1,000 times is very, very rare. 50 to 100 times, they are quite a lot. All right, and then because I like technology, I've been looking at a lot of technologies. In 2015, I chanced into crypto. The time mainly is Bitcoin, so I started to invest in Bitcoin, but wasn't very active during that time. Just a passive investor. I think maybe 50-60% chance I just dabble into it. Right. I wish that I actually spend more time, but in the last 2 to 3 years, crypto has become very, very the trend is there already. So so I spent a lot of time in crypto, especially in the last 2 to 3 years. Okay. So today we're going to talk about this FSV file system video. I'm going to go through a couple of things in pretty quick. So hopefully within an hour to give you an overview. If you think makes sense, then you can either join us in the next session, Fast Start, or you can watch a video, the Fast Start video, right, which we record down. So as a start, of course, I will tell you briefly what is FSV. Otherwise, you have no basis, right? Okay, and then I'll tell you how do you use FSV. FSV is a platform and it is a coin as well, so you can leverage on it. And then if it's a coin, then we need to understand the tokenomics. Tokenomics means it's like the shareholding of the company, right? I mean, in shares, we talk about shareholding. Then we need to talk about what the FSV ecosystem, what makes it valuable. Otherwise, a coin is just a coin. Nowadays, people can just create a coin within 2 hours, 3 hours. I mean, we can create a coin for people in a couple of hours. Of course, back 4 or 5 years ago, it was still quite difficult, but now it's pretty easy. Okay, so talk about ecosystems, and then we talk about what is the potential and the valuation of FSV, and then give you a roughly analysis of what is the return of investment. Okay, so I think that should cover quite a lot of things in the next 1 hour already. All right, so if you have any questions, we can leave it to Q&A later. We can answer you almost all the questions because we have been monitoring this project for the last 4 to 5 months. Okay, so what is FSV? So there is an official website. So go to the official website called fs.video. Don't go to the wrong one because there is a lot of phishing website. Don't go to like FSV video or whatever. Go to fs.video. That is the official one. Very important. Okay. Then you can see quite a lot of information background, and you can download the clients onto your phone and onto your PC. Right. So the very first page, you say the FSV is a world first. Okay. interplanetary video. Okay, interplanetary file systems is a very state-of-the-art technology. And last year, there was some company using it. Filecoin is one of the very prominent projects that a lot of venture capitalists invest on it. A lot of early stage funds invest in it. Okay, so that is based on IPFS. Filecoin at one stage went up to like close to 30 billion, right? So it's interplanetary file systems. That is the basis of the next generation of storage. Okay, so and it applied on video, and we know that video is a very is an in thing nowadays, right? I mean, nowadays you use TikTok, the most in thing. Of course, we use YouTube as well. TikTok is worth a few hundred billion. The last I checked, TikTok went up to 500 billion just within a very short time, right? So so that is video. So FSC is applying IPFS technology on video. Okay, so IPFS technology is a very in thing. As I mentioned, this is actually paved the way to the next generation of storage, where we lead into what we call the Web 3. Okay, nowadays I think people start to hear about Web 3, right? So what is Web 1, Web 2, Web 3? Roughly, Web 1 is like before in the early 90s, when web is only just for information. You can't input anything, right? Then later on in the mid 90s, right? Then we have Web 2, where you can start to input information. That start the blogging, that start the e-commerce, that start the Amazon. No, you can order, you can put things. That starts a lot of other applications. Of course, later stage will be all the social media that you and I know, Facebook, Instagram. You can upload your text, you can upload your information, you can upload your pictures, and now you can upload your videos, right? But so in the last almost last 30 years, Web 2 has created many multi-trillion-dollar company. Right, of course, one of the biggest one will be Apple, and then Apple is like 2.7 trillion. You have Amazon, 1.5 trillion. Then we have Google, slightly over 1 trillion. Then we have Facebook, they went up to 1 trillion, now hammered a bit, right? It's still like close to 1 trillion, like at least 600-700 billion. It is very big. So we are in the stage of technology is good enough to propel us into Web 3. And now we start to talk about Web 3. And what's the difference with Web 3? Web 3 is that in Web 2, we not only can write, we can read, we can write. In Web 3, we can own, okay? The most important differentiation of Web 3 is we can own the information. When you upload your information to, let's say, Douyin, or upload to Facebook, who owns it? You don't own it, right? So is this the platform own it, right? The company owns it. But in Web 3, if you upload information on it, or you send some videos, some files, you own it. Okay, so that's Web 3. And you heard about this MetaMask and things like that. So that is starting to go into Web 3, because you own the character, you own the avatar, you own the content. Okay, so as I mentioned last year, a lot of big companies invested into this project called Filecoin, right? It has to do with a lot of Filecoin, and they invested into a lot of the Filecoin early stage into the mining of the Filecoin, and that market cap went up to 30 billion. 30 billion is huge, huh? Because when a company, even you list a company, if a company within 10 years go to $1 billion, it's called a unicorn. Unicorn means very rare and far in between. So, and in Filecoin, it went up to 30 billion. The price went up to $200 over. Of course, coin has high fluctuation. It went up, it came down. Now it came down to about $20. It's still worth about 3 billion, right? It's still big. Okay, so that is based on IPFS. So FSV is based on IPFS, but on top of it, it has application on video, right? So all of us can send our information, send to this platform, and we can charge. Otherwise, you send to YouTube, you send to TikTok, you can't charge, correct? Okay, so and also FSC has a mechanism to link it to the consumption, to the real world. So afterwards, if you have time, I'm going to explain a little bit. Okay, so how do we use FSV? All right, so I just want to check, you guys hear me, see me well, because on the other screen, I can't see myself. right? Can you just type 111 if you can hear me and see me well? Okay, then continue. So how do we use FSV? So FSV, we buy and sell FSV from PancakeSwap. Okay, the good thing is that these projects, they put the coin, all of the coin into PancakeSwap. That is amazing. Okay, and we have seen many projects, but we have not seen any projects. Okay, none of the project that put all the coins into PancakeSwap. And what is PancakeSwap? Some of you may not know. It's the latest trend. It's a DeFi, right? PancakeSwap actually belongs to Binance, right? Binance is the world biggest exchange, right? Far and in between. If you see the Binance trading, the number two, let's say that the few number two is like at least a few times lesser than Binance. Okay, so who owns PancakeSwap is Binance, right? So DeFi is a major trend in the whole crypto area. If you don't know about this, go to, I have a Zoom in Crypto 101. I mentioned a bit about DeFi, decentralized finance. The world is going towards that area. About $200 billion is already went into DeFi, and this is just about 2 years. And give it another few years, I think it will ramp up very, very fast. Okay, so we buy and sell our coin from PancakeSwap, right? Which is a very fair system. Okay, so once we buy and sell already, we can have 6 ways. Okay, 6 way to mine, or 6 ways to use the FSV. Otherwise, you buy already, what do? You can buy and sell, no problem. When the price go up, okay, you make some money. All right, so when we buy already, we can choose one of the 6. Of course, tonight I'm going to talk mainly about the first 1 and 2, but they are all together 6 ways. All right, so we can do hard disk space mining, and this hard disk space mining is very, very unique, right? If you know crypto, we've been doing mining since the day 1 of Bitcoin is here, right? So that was an old way of mining, very resource intensive. You have to buy hard disk, you have to buy the CPU or the GPU, and you have to put electricity, you have to rent the space. Okay, that's outdated. Then later on, about in the last few years, there is this proof of stake. That means you don't buy the hard disk, you don't buy the GPU, but you just put the coin, which is more smarter way, right? And you don't even need to run electricity. But FSV is very, very smart. Okay, they are destructive mining. That means not only I need to buy the FSV, and not only I need to stake, I destroy it. Okay, destroy it means what? Destroy it means that my coin keep getting lesser and lesser. Okay, so in terms of coin, which is good, we don't like the coin to be inflationary. Just like now, a lot of inflation, right? The world is going through very high inflation. But FSV is actually deflationary. Okay, so FSV from day 1 actually was 3.5 million for those people that know, because more people destroyed the coin and it exchange into the mining machine. They got a memory space, right? So the coin actually depleting. Okay, that's after I will spend a bit of time to explain to you what is hard disk space mining. Okay, so the other one is that in order to get the FSV, because FSV every day they produce 36,000. That is a mining mechanism. It's just like Bitcoin. Bitcoin today, every 10 minutes produce 6.25. Every day produce 900. Somebody in the world will receive the 6.25 every 10 minutes. That's the Bitcoin mining mechanism. That's how Bitcoin produce. In FSV, every day is 36,000. Okay, so either we use money to buy the memory space, or not money, FSV, we burn the FSV, we have a memory space. Our memory space divided by the total memory space in the world, right? Multiply by 36,000. That's how we get the number of FSV per day, right? So either we purchase the space. If not, if we can actually go and evangelize and promote, if let's say somebody get burn FSV and they get 1 million, no, 1 gigabyte of memory space, the person that promote will get 100 megabyte. All right. So I'm going to talk about these two. Right. This is how we get the FSV mining. Okay, so DPoS mining, now we start to do DPoS mining. It gives us every month about 2.5 to 3%, which is good, right? So most of the coin, it can sustain that amount of staking. So you stick inside, we do the voting. If you know how to do it, you get about 2.5 to 3% per month, right? If you don't want to mine, you don't want to do any other thing, instead of putting there, you don't want to sell, you don't want to use, you can do DPoS mining as well, right? And of course, then we got hardware mining. Hardware mining is something like BitTorrent. Okay, if you know BitTorrent, where anyway we on our computer now, right? I don't know, you're using computer, using phone. We on our computer now, so the computer is on, the bandwidth is there. So if I run a IPF this FSV client, I can run it, and then I can lend my hard disk space to FSV. So if somebody download a piece of file from me, then I will get the little bit of FSV as reward, right? So this is how the BitTorrent has been working. And by the way, BitTorrent is worth about 2 billion now. Okay, so of course we got Liquidity Pool because we have the liquidity inside PancakeSwap, so we can participate in Liquidity Pool. But now the Liquidity Pool is not there is whatever transaction, we will share that transaction, will be the owner, right? So we can share the Liquidity Pool. Now there is more than $4 million inside, but they have not opened it up yet. So maybe when they open it up, then we will start to look into that more, right? I personally have put a little bit to just to try, and it works. Okay, and then they have not opened up hoarding and staking as well, right? This is a staking that gives 0.5% per day. Okay, so so some of the functions is not open up, which is good, because if they open up everything at once, then the price might skyrocket. We don't want the price to suddenly, go up so many times. As of now, the price has gone up from 50 cents to about $10. So which is about 20 times already. So we cannot control the market momentum, market price, but we don't want it to suddenly, suddenly shoot up, and then shoot up to 100 times, and then next year what happened? All right, so cool. So I'm going to go through mainly 1 and 2, and then we're going to look into the rest. Okay, so blockchain space mining, right? So if we go into the client, we can download this. Where do you download? You download from fs.video, right? Then there's a PC version you download. It's 1.8 gigabyte, quite a large file. And you went through the procedure, you download, and then there's a lot of features inside. And inside there is a blockchain mining. Afterwards, I will show you as well. Okay, so as I mentioned, this is a very, very innovative way of mining, because not only we need to get the FSV, we actually do destruction, right? That means we burn away the FSV, we destroy away the FSV. Let's say you got 100 FSV, we burn away, we destroy away. What we get in terms of mining capacity. We get in terms of the memory storage. Okay, so what can the memory storage do? The memory storage, as I mentioned just now, every day, how many FSV is produced? 36,000. So we use our space, divide by the total worldwide memory space, multiplied by that 36,000. Actually 30,000. The other 6,000 is for the 51 supernodes. All right. So then, so we will continue to receive the FSV every day. This is called mining. All right. So of course, with the space is actually useful. The space is actually for us to upload our information, and we can decide whether we want to charge. So one of the large, very big application for FSV will be video application, because in the world, there is a lot of very good content, a lot of very good videos, or a lot of very good files, or a lot of very good, for example, that they have made a cook. She has years of recipe. So if she put the recipe on YouTube or TikTok, wow, she might have some people to watch, but she may not get much rewards unless she got millions of views, right? But if let's say she got a few thousand people, she can actually put the her recipe or the video or no, cooking or anything, any training on top of the platform, and we can say how much FSV we want to charge. Then they can download the video, right? So in order for us to upload the file, we need to have the space. Okay, so if we have the space, let's say we have 10 gigabyte, maybe we can upload 2 to 3 videos. I mean, 10 gigabyte is probably about 2 to 3 hours of videos, because nowadays videos is a few gigabyte, right? Okay, so we can also use for our personal use, or we can upload the videos. So imagine next time there will be the trainers can upload the videos, or the music producer or the movie producers, they can upload the video. Because if they upload their videos on YouTube, wow, they can't charge. But if you upload a video on FSV, FSV has the IPFS technology. They basically break the files into very, very small pieces and distribute it across the world. And they actually put in the NFT patent. That means if you upload the videos, nobody else can upload the videos. You have the copyright. Okay, otherwise if we put a video on YouTube, now everybody can just upload it, right? So it's a platform for us to use. It's a tool for us to use. Okay, so so that's a usage of the blockchain space mining. So for us, the more blockchain space that we have, the better, because every day we get more FSV. Okay, so the other way to get the memory space is through rewards expansion. So this platform needs people to promote, right? Okay, so if someone, either we buy ourselves, right, then we destroy the FSV, we got a memory space. Otherwise, if we go and share, okay, we go and evangelize, we find a trainer, we find investors, right? If they get in 1 gig or 1000 megabyte, okay, if let's say A get in a B get 1000 megabytes, then A will get 100 megabyte as a reward, right? So to incentivize people to reach out. So we want FSV to get to a lot of people that know. Currently, probably about 10 over 1,000 people has FSV, right? But 10 over 1,000 is not a lot in the whole crypto. I mean, Bitcoin has 70 million, right? Ethereum has probably equivalent to that as well. So we want many, many people to get. So in order to evangelize, once we can reach out to more people, and the coin will be more valuable. So if B reach out to C, and C understand the value of FSV, if C burn and get the 1 gigabyte of memory space, B will get 100 megabyte and A will get 80 megabyte. So this is the rewarding systems. Okay, so the more people that we reach out, is it better? It's better, because when C get 1000 megabyte, B will get 100, A will get 80. To FSV system is the same. Every day is only 30,000 to be shared among all the people that have the memory space. Okay, so there's no one less or no one more. So if let's say if 1,000 people have it, shared by 1,000 people. If 1 million people have it, just the 30,000 just shared. Okay, so is that who has more memory space proportionately? Okay, so at this stage, at this early stage, the more people that we can reach out, the better, because currently only most of the people that talk about FSV is in China. All right, I think 99% is in China. Outside China, the English communities is almost zero. That's why we are starting to record some of this Zoom in English. Hopefully that it propelled to other English or non-Chinese speaking countries. Okay, because English is a good medium, right? Okay, so then in the system, we can actually go in and see how much memory space that I have, right? So on this account, you can see that 31 gigabyte is actually bought by burning the FSV, right? And then 14 gigabyte is actually by sharing. Okay, so of course, then every day we use total is 45 or 46 gigabyte, divide by the total terabyte. I think that currently is 77 in total. Total terabyte is 77 terabyte multiplied by 30,000. Okay, so currently 46 gigabyte will probably get about 17, right? 17 FSV per day. Would it be good to get 17 FSV per day? Not bad, right? So FSV price is say about $10. So 17 per day is $170. So 1 month will be $5,000. Okay. All right. So the more that we can reach out, the better. So next, I'm going to talk about tokenomics, right? So the other amazing thing about FSV is the tokenomics, right? So total coin is 2.1 billion, but they only put in 1% through the initial phase, okay? What we call Genesis, 创世, right? But the amazing thing is that the developer, right? They don't keep any of the pre-sales. They don't keep any of the coin. I've not seen something like that before. If you've seen something like that, then you share with the team, share with the group. We'll be interested to know more, right? Because most of the project developer will take 10%, 20%, marketing 10%, 20%, and then whatnots, right? Okay. So in this project, the 1% is actually in the Genesis, and out of the 1%, half of it, which is 10.5 million FSV, because 1% is 21 million FSV, right? Which is the number same as the number of Bitcoin. So 10.5 million FSV is belongs to developer, but developer is so generous, right? So generous. They send the 10.5 million coin all into the black hole. Means what? Means that they cannot go and sell into the PancakeSwap. Otherwise, we only have about 500,000 to 600,000 or no, few 100,000 FSV in the PancakeSwap now. If somebody holds 10.5 million, they could decide to say, okay, today, no, I want to sell some of my coin, or today I want to sell all of my coin into PancakeSwap. That will be disaster, right? And some of the projects that we have seen in PancakeSwap is that they only put like 0.5%, 1% into PancakeSwap. And then people just buy and sell. Of course, they hype it out, pump and dump. And then you see the price increase in PancakeSwap. You thought it's very happy. And then suddenly they say, okay, now if enough, no $10, $20 million into the PancakeSwap already, they have a lot of coin outside, right? They got like 99% of the coin outside. They just have to sell the coins into the PancakeSwap and take away the USDT. And almost all the money inside is gone. Inside left a lot of coins, but no use, right? So so doesn't mean that we don't want to invest in coins, but you must understand, what are the detailed mechanism. So in PancakeSwap, right, there are a lot of companies that put very little coin inside and then a lot of coins outside. Those projects probably try not to go in. Okay, right? So in FSV, afterwards you can go and see, they don't even have any coins, and all the coins is sent to a black hole. And initially they sold 7 million as a pre-sales, which is very common for most of the projects. You will sell pre-sales, and they sold 7 million at average of 2.25 cents. So they collected 1.75 million. And this is amazing as well. No, I've not seen something like that. They put all the money, 1.75 million, every single dollar into PancakeSwap. Okay. And most of the projects I've seen recently one company, they collected 20 million US dollar. They only put $100,000 into PancakeSwap. Can you imagine that? I mean, recently I've seen another one collected almost like 1 million, only put $50,000 inside. The rest they put in their pockets. Okay, so FSV, that's why I say very generous. They actually think very far. They put every single dollar into PancakeSwap, right? They are going for a long term. Okay, and then they left with 3.5 million. Also, they injected in PancakeSwap, and this form what we call liquidity pool, and they destroyed the liquidity pool. That means they can never pull out this amount of coins and this amount of FSV, this amount of dollar from the liquidity pool. Okay, so it was listed on Pancake on the 22nd, and this formed the initial liquidity pool. As I mentioned, nobody can take it out. None of the people can take it out. That means our funds inside is relatively safe, okay? Because Liquidity Pool address is burnt, okay? Nobody can withdraw that. Okay, so then the rest of the thing in orange is what we call mining every day. The smart contract means that once it's written, you cannot change. And anyway, the FSV, all the codes are open source. They put it into their public website. It's called fs.video and it's in GitHub. GitHub is one of the most reputable open source website, right? So once it's open source, means that they won't do anything hanky-panky. Otherwise, you know, today, a lot of experts there, right? Once open source, they know how to read the codes. They will know whether this project is real, not real, whether you have backdoors and things like that. None of this, okay? So, and it's in smart contract every day. 30,000 is released, and then who gets it? Based on the smart contract, based on the logic just I mentioned, how much gigabyte that we have, divide by the total gigabyte, multiply by 30,000, okay? Then another 6,000 is based on the super nodes, because you need some people to maintain the stability of the network, right? Super nodes, there are 51 super nodes, right? So which is form another 6,000. Of course, there's some requirements of the super nodes. So far, currently, there's only like about close to 20 super nodes because there's some requirements, there's some costs, there's some technicalities. So not many super nodes yet, but as this develop, there'll be more and more people coming in. Okay, so so amazing tokenomics, if you understand, and the white paper is also in the website. So, and when we talk about that, I think I want to mention a bit about PancakeSwap, because as I mentioned, this is owned by Binance. It is one of the best performing DeFi, right? So swap has the technology matured enough in 1.5 years ago. Uniswap start to launch in the market, and it caught the market by surprise. Okay, so and now close to about 200 million US dollar has gone into swap, and the market still developing, and more products will be coming out from the swap, right? So, but swap is basically works in this called AMM, automated market making. You go and Google, what is this? Actually very simple, okay? So once you understand this, you will be amazed at how simple swap works. It's actually a very simple formula. Secondary school formula is by price, the USDT, that means the number of USDT inside the liquidity pool, multiplied by the number of coin inside the liquidity pool, equals to a constant, right? So swap is like that. It's only two ways. You put money in, you put USDT in, you take out the coins, right? Or you want to sell your coins, you put the coin inside, you swap out the USDT, just two ways, right? Okay, so initially on the October 21st, the developer put in 1.75 million, right? That is from the pre-sales, and they put in the very last units of the FSV. So this formed the initial liquidity pool. But as I mentioned, they burn away. That means nobody else can take out this amount of money, this account of coin. Okay, so that was 1.75 million US dollar. The price is actually based on the US dollar divide by the number of coin. That's how you got 50 cents. So initially that was 50 cents. Then the project was very well received, and more people coming in. Within the first day, the price actually went up to $2-3, right? So liquidity is like that. So when more and more people buy, they will buy, right? Then the number of coin will reduce, right? So if let's say initially 1.75 million, if let's say more and more people buy, if the USDT doubled, right, the number of coin will automatically reduce by half. Because why? Because based on this AMM, right? If this price is doubled, this one it will be half, because this has to be constant. You understand math, right? So if this 1.75 million become 3.5 million, this number of coin will be half, right? So when the price double and the coin half, you divide the price, divide by the number of coin, equals to the price of the coin, right? Which is $2. Okay. So in simple logic is that whenever the price, the liquidity, the USDT increased by 2 times, the price will increase by 4 times. Okay. Similarly, if the USDT, a lot of people sell the coin, right? If the USDT reduced by 2 times, the coin will reduce by 4 times, both ways. Okay, so then later on, in after 1 to 2 months, the the market start to pick up. Then liquidity pool has 7 million, right? And the price went up to $8, and then it actually went up all the way to like $40, right? Because the USDT inside is more, right? And then people start to buy the coin, and then it just came down now to about $11. Okay, so if you look at these charts, it's actually a very very similar pricing trend with most of the successful coin. Okay, so of course initially there will be gestation period, right? If you go and see all the coins, you see Bitcoin, you see Ethereum, you see BNB, you see Solana, you see FSV, right? You see Filecoin, you see BitTorrent. They are almost all the same. Initially, there'll be some gestation period, just like baby give birth. Baby haven't born, right? Nothing much happened, right? Gestation period, because nobody knows, so they need to do the groundwork. Okay, so then there'll be some initial hype, right? Then cool down, and then hype, cool down a few cycle, right? Then there'll be some hype and come down, and then now went up to almost $40. So the people that buy it, 50 cents go up to $40, of course it's good. It went up like 40 times, right? But of course then the market came down now to about $10. So if the people buy it 50 cents to now, is still like 20 times upside, which is still good. If people buy it $2-3 until now, still got 5 times upside, which is still good. Okay, so because some of the coin, let's say you see Bitcoin, well, it can go up to $20,000 in 2017. It came down to like $3,000 during the last 2 years ago, right? Okay, it came down like almost like 85%. And you look at Ethereum went up to like 1,000 plus, and then came down to lowest $80. Okay, and now of course now it's at 2,000 plus, right? So FSV went up a lot because during a very short time it went up 80 times. So some major correction now come to $10, which is quite usual for most of the successful coin. All right. Of course, it's the people that came in at $20, $30. Of course, they feel the pinch. Hey, why? No, why come down? But I'm trying to tell you that it is not something unusual, right? If you look at Filecoin, you look at BTT, BitTorrent is the same. Okay. So, and when there's more people come in, let's say when more USDT come in, let's say go to $14, 14 million, the coin will become $32. And let's say USDT is 28 million, more investment come in, the coin will become 128 million. So that's why we want this to reach out to more people, not only 10,000 people. Currently it's about 10,000. We want to reach out to 50,000, 100,000, few 100,000 people. Okay, in coin, 10,000 is very, very beginning stage. It's like nothing. No, one Telegram or one Discord is really tens of thousands of people, right? Cool. Okay, then next we look at net FSV in circulation. As I mentioned to you, if some of you follow me, initially how many coins are there? 3.5 million. Okay, because the developer put in every coin inside. Nobody else has any coin outside, right? And then there are people. Every day there's 36,000 produced, and every day there are people go and burn the FSV, right? So actually the burning rates, the amount of burning is actually more than the amount that produced, because after 4 to 5 months we have the data, right? So this is the graph that we can see. The number of people that burn is 5.2 million. The number of produced is 4. Okay, number of burn is 5.22 million. All right, from the first day that we start to mine, 5.22 million. Number of produced is 4.89 million. So when you use 5.22 minus 4.89, you get 0.34 net burns. Okay, that means the coin has reduced from 3.5 million to 3.16 million. What does it mean? When the coin getting lesser, right, the price will shoot up. Some more, initially we only have a couple of hundred people, and after 5 months we got like 10,000 people, right? So with the coin getting lesser, of course the price will go up. Okay, so if we can reach out to more people know about the FSV value, the FSV application, the usage of the videos, and then its ability to link it to all the merchants, that will be fantastic. That will be huge. Okay. So this is one graph that we track. Okay, so this is where we see the amount of burning and the amount of stacking. So now let me go in and see. Okay, oh, I need to launch this again. Okay, maybe it take about 10 or 15 seconds. Okay, so maybe now I will show you the website, right? Okay, are you guys okay? Can you hear me well? Just check. Okay, just check. If you're okay, just give me a 222. Just test. I'm not sure whether I can see you. Okay. Okay. So Christopher, okay. So far, okay. Huh? So I'll continue. So I think you can see my screen. So you go to this place called Dex Tools, dextol.io. I like to use this. All right. So give me some high-level information. I can see the pricing and things like that. You can see that, you know, on October 21st, October 22nd, start from 50 cents. You know why 50 cents, right? Just I explained to you. And then it was very well received. It went up to hovering about $2, no? $2-3. It went down all the way to 1.77. That was the lowest, right? And then the market started to pick up. There was the first ramp to about $10 and came down to about $6, right? Then of course up and down a bit, and then went up to like, you know, $12-13, came down a bit. Then it actually have a bull run all the way, shoot up to like almost $40, came down to 23, and then went up to almost $40 again. Then now coming down, up and down, now hovering about $10 or so. Okay, all right. So as I mentioned, this is very normal for most of the very successful coin, and from you look at in a fair perspective, most people came in at $2-3 in the initial phase, right? $2-3 to $10, which is like 5 times return. I mean, how often can you get the returns of 5 times in 4 to 5 months? Very rare, right? If you invest in stock, I don't think you can get 4 to 5 times in a year, right? Which is quite rare. Okay, so I think I like the developments, because I don't want it to go up to 100 times in 1 year. Then next year, what happened, right? So the best is that every year give me 5 times return. Then second year, another 5 times return. That will be 25. Third year, another 25. 5 times return, that will be 125. Fourth year, another 5 times return. That will be close to 1,000 times return already. Okay, so hopefully, no, in 3 to 5 years time, it can give us a few hundred times return. That will be fantastic. Okay, so then you can see some of the data here. You can see the valuation of the company, right? Because I was a VC, I always look at valuation. Okay, so you see the total market cap is 16 million. What does it mean? In terms of coin, is very low, right? Because just as I mentioned, Filecoin is worth 3 billion now. BitTorrent is 2 billion. 16 million is very, very low, right? That means very, very valuable, very, very worth it, right? And none of the coin that you can see that the liquidity is more than the market cap. If we have time, maybe not today, but maybe in the fast start session, we can show you that a lot of coins, even they put here 16 million here, maybe only 100K, right? So this is the only coin, only project that you have liquidity more than the market cap. If you can find one more liquidity more than market cap, please let us know. We'll be very interested to find out more. All right, then we buy you lunch, because that could be an opportunity. All right, so as I mentioned, how do you determine the price, the $10 or $11? There are 9 millions of USDT inside, right? It's real money. Divide by number of coins is 834,000. 9 million divided by 834,000, you got almost like $10.8, right? So if this 9 million doubled to 18 million, the price will shoot up 4 times, it become $40. You get me? And for a project to come in with $10 million extra is not difficult. We've seen projects that come in with 100 millions, few $100 million extra. Once more people know about it, once people really understand about it, if there's big investor come in, this will shoot up, right? If let's say this 9 become 18, the price will shoot up to $40. Okay, all right. So that's why now I say it's a good time, especially for new people, to come in, because it is a very fair value. For existing people, if you don't have enough coins, you don't have too much of the mining power, right? It's a good time to do the mining, right? Okay, so so this, let me go back and see whether I have launched the, oops, what is this exit program? I can't show you the, okay, let me try again. Okay, let it launch again. So as I mentioned just now, where do you go and see FSV? You go to fs.video. This is the official website. All right, don't go to the wrong one, fs.video. Okay, some of them might look the same, but they are not the same, right? So fs.video, and then you can see some of the background information and things like that. And then you can go down all the way and you can download all the way, you scroll it down all the way. You can download the PC client and you can download the apps version onto your phone, all right? Most of the features are only able to do it on the PC client because it is quite a new technology, okay? And there's a lot of stuff inside. Okay, good. So now, once you download the PC client, you will have something like that you've seen on my PC. It's called FSV. On top, there are 5 different areas, okay? So first one is my data. My data is where I can upload my information, right? Okay, let's say this Zoom, I think is good. I can upload. If people want to download, well, if they want to pay, I charge them. Of course, we can upload some useful information like Crypto 101, Crypto 202, and things like that. Or if you are a good cook, you can upload your cooking recipe. People don't mind to pay a few dollars for a good cooking recipe, right? Or anything, could be a leadership course, could be a health program, could be like yoga, could be family relationship, could be some wealth management, anything, right? So this is a platform. This is a tool for us to upload video. So this will be something like Web 3.0 TikTok. You follow me, right? So why Web 3.0? Because who owns it? Nobody owns it. All of us own it, right? We own our content. So that is the whole spirit of Web 3.0. Okay, so let's say now here I got 48 gigabyte. I can upload whatever, I can upload 48 gigabyte information over here, right? Then we can go to the browser. And once there's a lot of people upload information, you can use a browser to search. So there will be something like an internet browser, except that this will be a Web3 browser, okay? Let's say I search 007, then there's some 007 movie. And then if I want to download this movie, I pay 0.1 FSV, right? So if you have something very useful, right? Let's say you are whatever in your field, could be exercise, could be florist, could be wealth management, could be property investment, right? So you upload information. If you have some people, some fans that ask them to download, good, then they can download and you can charge them, right? You can get 0.1 FSV. It's 1,000 people download, you got 100 FSV. If one day FSV become $100, that will be $10,000. Cool, right? So imagine how many trainers are there in the world. So this will be a very good platform for a lot of trainers, okay? Otherwise, if the trainer put their information on YouTube, they may not get much returns, okay? And this is the wallet. Then inside it shows you, how much FSV, and this is simple. And this is the mining that I mentioned, Okay, now we go to blockchain mining, right? So we see how many coin produced every day. There is 36,000, 30,000 here and 6,000 here, right? 36,000. So multiply by almost like, I think now it's about 4 months, 4 months plus, right? About 130 days. So you get 4.73 million, right? Produced. And how many is burnt? 12.2 million is burnt. But 7 million is pre-burnt, because remember just now we mentioned there's a pre-sales, right? 7 million was pre-sales. Those were compulsory burn. Of course, they got a much better price, but they don't have options. They have to burn in a hindsight, which is good, right? But of course, when they invested during that point of time, nobody has seen the website. Nobody has seen much information. So they take the risk, they reap the rewards. Okay, so then after 29th of October, another 5.2 million is burned. So 5.2 million is burned and 4.7 million is produced, right? So then the net is actually coming down. Okay, so you can see from this account is 48 gigabyte divide by the total number of terabytes in the world, right? 1 terabyte is 1024 gigabyte. Okay, if you understand mathematics, all right? So 48 divided by 79,000 multiply by 30, you get this number. So every day you get 17 FSV, right, in this account. As I mentioned, if FSV is $10 now, is $170, which is good per day. If FSV is $100, which is $1,700 per day, which is good. Okay, so either you burn yourself to get the number of gigabyte, or we reach out, both ways. Okay, of course, burn yourself, you got a lot more. You reach out, you only get 10%. Okay, so but of course we can reach out to many people. We can reach out to investors, we can reach out to trainers, we can reach out to merchants, right? The more people knows about this, the better. Okay, all right, so I think yep, let me go back to the slide. Okay, now it's 9:42. Okay, so I think I've shown you this already. Okay, so you have seen the produce and burn is all in blockchain. So all information is very transparent. We can track, and we've been tracking for about 4 to 5 months already. So the data are very, very impressive. Okay, so now I want to talk about this ecosystem. Probably just very short, don't have too much time to go into details. So these are the various stakeholders in the FSV, right? So of course we have investors, right? Investors means that people come in, we burn, just like miners, right? We do Filecoin mining, we invest in the Filecoin mining machine, and then we pay the money, let's say $10,000 or $1,000, $2,000, whatever. Then we get a certain memory space, right? The hard disk space. Then number of hard disk space will give us number of coins. So there's Filecoin mining, right? So for FSV, we don't need to buy the hard disk. We don't need to run the electricity. We don't need to have a space. We don't need to pay 20% to the people that manage the whole system, because it's all software mining. It's dynamic software mining. So we burn away the FSV. We got our memory space, and that's where every day we ration out the 30,000. All right. So then, of course, then we also have consumer, right? Consumer is where if you want to watch the FSV, right, the video, well, you can download, right? You just pay whatever price. Or consumer is that if you go to certain merchants that actually give discount, right? Give discount if you are FSV member, you get, let's say you go to a restaurant, you get 20% discount. Why not? Would you mind? Right? So in Singapore, we have a few restaurants. You go and you show them that you're FSV member, they give you 20% discount, and then you use the $20 to go and burn, right? Then you got the memory space, and you got the daily FSV for many, many years. All right. So consumer market is very, very big. Okay. And then of course for merchant, merchant will get more sales because if we can bring sales to merchants, merchants can give anything from 5% to 80% rebate up to them, right? So if it's a restaurant, they give a 20%, which is nothing because their cost is able to cover that. Okay, so then the merchant will have more business. They don't mind, right? Rather than they have to go and do advertisement, they pay and then they don't get any sales. This one is that they get the sales first, then they give the discount. All right. So as we go along, there'll be more merchants, or this merchant could be also a people that upload the information. Could be a trainer, right? Could be people that upload their videos, right? So they leverage on the systems. They have to pay at a fees 5% to 80% to upload their videos, right? And then there will be their fans or people that like their information, they download. That's where they can use this platform to distribute their contents. Okay, so the merchant could be digital merchant or could be physical merchants, right? People that sell clothes, sell shoes, or could be like online shopping mall. So we have in China, there's a online shopping mall called they give out the FSV returns. So when we buy thousands of products there, every product they either give 10%, 15%, 20%. They will say, okay, this shoes how many percent in terms of FSV discount, right? So of course that will encourage people to go and there and buy. Okay, so then there's promoter as well. So the promoter will encourage more merchants to come into the whole ecosystems and encourage more consumer to come into the whole ecosystems, and the promoters will get more memory space. So this will spiral up, and hopefully, and if we can reach to 100,000 or many thousands of consumers, there'll be more merchants, and there's more merchants and more consumers, right? Then when the whole ecosystem is there, it's good for the investor, it's good for promoters, because FSC price might increase in value. Okay, so I will discuss, talk about this more details in the fast start. All right. Okay, so now I think probably the last bit of it is talking about some of the valuation and things like that. Of course, there's a lot of technology insights. There is a lot of application. There's sort of state-of-the-art business model, right? But when we want to compare, we always compare apple to apple, right? So just like I mentioned a few times, is this Filecoin, right? So if you go to check, one of the place you can check very easily is called CoinMarketCap, right? I always encourage people to go there. It is one of the top 10 websites in the world, right? You go CoinMarketCap, you type in file, then you will see the information, all the information in terms of market cap, in terms of the pricing and things like that. You can see Filecoin is worth about $3 billion. Okay, all-time high was 30 billion, right? Of course, when all-time high was Filecoin during mid of last year, right? May last year, that was like when Filecoin was $238. Okay, even currently, Filecoin is 3 billion. All right. So, and you look at the Filecoin price also, as I mentioned, all successful coin go through a gestation period and go through some initial hype, right? And then up and down is very normal, and then it go through a major ramp. It came down, it went up. It's actually quite similar to FSV movement. Okay, except that this one actually dropped almost 10 times, right? 238 to $20. Of course, people that buy initially in Filecoin, they make hundreds of times. Okay, because there are people that buy at the high, then of course they say, oh no, then actually they have some loss. Okay, so but Filecoin, the mining is actually not as advanced as FSV, because Filecoin you have to buy the hardware, right? You have to use electricity, you have to use all the storage, and people manage for you. They charge you 20% of the management fee, right? So at FSV, you don't need anybody. You can just open an account, just ask your friend to give you the FSV wallet. You download, then you just transfer FSV inside. You just press a few buttons, and then every day you receive the Filecoin. Nobody need to manage for you. Which one better, right? So when we compare the Filecoin, FSV currently in circulation is 3 million, right? So 30 billion divided by 3 million, FSV is potential to reach to $10,000, and now it's $10. So is it worth it? So at $10 to us is very worth it. I don't say cheap, okay, it's very worth it. Why? Because no matter how much it drop, it won't be zero. It cannot rug pull, right? Because this is the only project that cannot rug pull. If you follow me, so even it can drop to $8, $9, would it drop to $8, $9? I also don't know. Maybe it dropped to $5, $6. Maybe I also don't know. I know that it won't drop to zero. Okay, so but it has a potential to go up to $50, $100. Would it? Maybe. Okay, depends on markets. Depends on how people view it. Which we think so, because based on the amount of technology, based on the the trend they are in, based on the fairness they are in, is amazing. Okay, so then beside Filecoin, I give you some other example. BitTorrent. Okay, so some of the younger people, you know about BitTorrent. Why? Because a lot of videos. My son 5-6 years ago, he used BitTorrent already. He was mining BitTorrent coin already. Okay, so it's for file sharing. It's a lot of videos, download a lot of, most of them is pirated videos, right? So but the technology is the same. They uses a lot of computers, spares computers at home, and to do mining. So BitTorrent, now the valuation is 2 billion. Okay, and then what is its FSV valuation now? It's like 16, 17 million. So this is like 100 times more than FSV. And when FSV is developed further, FSV definitely has more potential, more application and usage and value compared to BitTorrent. Okay, but of course BitTorrent has a lot of people. They've been in the market for a while already, but FSV after a few years also will have a lot of people, right? In terms of capability, is much better than BitTorrent. So that's why we say that FSV has very good potential. So we are comparing apple to apple, because both of them also using shared hard disk technology. Okay, so then we look at some of the coins in Pancake Swap, because FSV is Pancake Swap, right? And one of the coin in the world that's very famous is called Shiba. It's ranked about 13 to 14 now, has a market cap about 13, 14 billion, right? So it's a meme coin. That means it's a shit coin. That means no function. It's just that based on consensus, right? And initially, when Shiba was launched, it has 10-0, and now it has only 4-0. It has gone up by 440,000 times. Okay, so of course, initially those people that bought Shiba at the early stage, they will be laughing to the bank. Imagine you invest $1,000, you got, wow, 440 million. Okay, cool. I also bought Shiba, but I didn't buy it so early. I bought in April last year, somewhere here, after the first hype. So this is first hype, then second hype came down, right? Then a major ram, and came down all the way. So it's very common for crypto to went through a few hypes and ram, and then major correction. Okay, but at the end of the day, it's still 13 to 14 billion. Is huge. Okay, and no application. It's just that it is one of the fairest in the Pancake Swap. Then that's why people think that, and it's also leverage on these Elon Musk, right? Because Elon Musk promoted on this Dogecoin, and Dogecoin, the dog is called is Shiba Inu. Okay, so initially they donated half of it to this Vincent, okay, this Vitalik, and then Vitalik donated it to India, and then the other half they actually locked and burned all the liquidity inside Pancake Swap, and then the half of the Shiba Inu coin they put in 10 Ethereum as a liquidity, and then since then people think it's very fair, and then it's doing all the donations, goodwills, and also donated to India, and also because of the Elon Musk hype, right? So a lot of people just supported it, right? So based on consensus, this coin has no application, nothing. It's just based on consensus, and people think it's fair. That's why it went up so many times. So FSV is similar. FSV is very fair. So a lot of us that think that we like fairness, we think that this coin has a lot of value. you will attract this group of people that really know about coins, that really know that this is going for long term. Okay, and hopefully that this group of people will start to populate to the rest of the world. Okay, this Shiba Inu. This is YFI, it's called 大姨丈, and this coin created the very first shock to the whole swap world, because it went on to Uniswap, and then within 1 month, the coin actually gone up from $4.3 to like $80,000, right? Wow, 4.3 to $80,000, there's 20,000 times. Of course, now it went down to $21,000, so it's still 5,000 times, right? So if you buy at early stage, even you buy at $1,000, now go up to $21,000, it's still 20 times return. Would it be good? Okay. So, and also, and this is another one recently, right? It went up from 0.005 to $1.8, increased by 3,000 over times. Okay, this is also a meme coin, just based on some consensus, nothing much going on, right? So there will be many examples, so I'm just listing down some. Of course, there are a lot others. There is rug pull of, there are like more than 10,000 coins in the world. So I think most of them, 99%, are not really good projects. Okay, so but there will be a few hundred that is very good projects. So look for the gem. Okay, so that's why we say the FSV could be one of the gem, right? So FSV has grown from $0.5 since day one, and as I mentioned, everything is transparent. The developer don't hold any single dollars, don't hold any coins, and you look at the numbers in the last 5 months, we are very happy with the numbers. Of course, it went up, the hype go up, one time went up, the other time the major RAM came down, and then went up another RAM and came down a lot, right? So even at this stage, it's still like 20 times. So to us, we think that it's good, because if you go up like 100 times, 200 times too fast, difficult for people to come in. Of course, the market we can't control. But even you go down further, it's still fine, because we are going for long term, right? So I wish that this coin every year give us 5 to 10 times return. That would be the best. After 3 to 5 years, wow, it will be very, very good development. We don't want a coin that go up 100 times, then suddenly boom, and then stay there, nothing happened, right? Okay. So, so that's why I say, if you're new people, take a detailed look at this. Okay, take a look at the fast start video. Okay, so as I mentioned, quite a fair bit already, give you quite a lot of information. And I was an investor, so investment is actually quite simple. You look at how much you come in, and then let's say in a year, how much you get out, and in between, what does it take, right? Okay. But of course, I say that no promise. We are not financial investors. We're just showing you information, right? So this is just a projection based on the current data. Okay. So if somebody come in a year, okay, I mean, in a year is easier to count, right? So the mining returns, you likely to get back. Let's say you burn 100 FSV, you will get probably about 100 FSV back. Okay, so there's some detailed numbers. So you burn 100 FSV, the next day you will get 0.83 FSV. That's for sure. They'll give you enough memory space that you get 0.83 FSV. Is a reverse calculation. Okay, but the following day, more and more people come in, right? Your 0.83 will become lesser and lesser. You don't get 0.83 every day. Maybe 0.825, 0.82, and reduce, right? If you get 0.83 every day, in 4 months, you get back your 100 FSV. If you do the math, 0.83 times $120 is 100 FSV. And in a year, you get 300 FSV. But the burning rate is quite high, right? More and more people coming in, right? You don't get 300%, maybe you get 100%. You follow me? Fair? Okay, plus minus. But because more and more people come in, the price increase. As I mentioned, I hope that the price increase 5x. If it go up more, it's good. Coming up, I also know in the long term is fine, right? Let's say we say 5x. Then if you invest 100 FSV, You got 100 FSV back, but the price increased by 5 times. So invest $1,000, you get $5,000. You follow me? Because the price of the coin increased. And then you do a little bit of sharing, right? We'll teach you how to share. If you don't know, just bring people to the Zoom. You send a Zoom video out to people, right? If they hear a talk like that, if they still don't understand and they still think cannot digest, then you just leave them, okay? Because we actually put in quite a lot of information inside already, right? So, and if some people come in and then you got 1x return, no, you get another 5x based on here, you actually get maybe double of your return. You get $10,000. So it means you invest $1,000, right? You share a bit, you get $10,000. Would it be good? Right? I mean, how often that we can find something that you invest in stock, invest in this and that, and you get 2 times return. Even 2 times return is very rare. The most you got best in class stock, maybe unit trust, 20% is very, very rare. And this one we are talking about probably is more than that. Okay, so that is the rough estimate of the return of analysis in 1 year. But as I mentioned, don't base on this and say, hey, no, Singok say this or Mr. To say this. This is just based on the current projection. Okay, so you have to base on your information and make your own judgment. All right, so okay, so last but not least, okay, now I'm going to summarize it in about 1 to 2 minutes. You've heard me for the last hour or so. Okay, so I'm just trying to summarize it. Okay, so as I mentioned, this is a very rare, very amazing project that we have seen from all angles, right? We hope that this could grow. Of course, we try to reach out to as many people as possible. So why I think it's good, there are many reasons, many reasons. Okay, I try to summarize into a few, if I could. First of all, is pioneer stage, because anything that you do, of course, pioneer stage is better than later stage, right? If you invest into Grab or invest into whatever, TikTok, you invest now or invest when they're in pioneer stage? Of course, in pioneer stage, right? So because their market cap is very low, and how much is FSV market cap is only like 16-17 million compared to Filecoin. Filecoin currently is 3 billion, and all-time high of course 30 billion. Currently is 3 billion, and FSV is only like 17 million. So Filecoin is like 200 times more than FSV in today's price. Okay, so potential for 100x returns. Am I fair to say that? Of course, FSV is much more than Filecoin and much more than BTT, because Filecoin is only IPFS application, right? Of course, there's a lot of venture capitalists invest in it, organization, there's a lot of investors. BTT is good, it has been there for a while, right? But FSV has more, because FSV can have a lot of video applications, can link it to the merchants, can have discount program, all right? And is very fair, leveraging on the Pancake. And that's exactly why FSV is so unique, because any investment, one of the things we look at, not only the potential, right? We have to look at the risk. Am I right to say that? So it is fully decentralized tokenomics. It satisfies or it meets the criteria of the Web3, the Web3 principle. Why? Because nobody has any extra coins. Remember what I said just now? Most of the project, if not all, if you can find me one project that they put 100% of their coin inside PancakeSwap or whatever swap or Uniswap, you let us know. None. I've not seen. Maybe there is. I've not seen. Okay. So because they put everything inside, it's a very fair playing ground. Nobody has extra coins. The coin is just based on the price is just based on market supply and demand. If it's market like it, they go to $40, $100. Market don't like it, no, they go to $5, $10 maybe, right? But nobody has extra coin to dump inside, right? So what you don't want is that, wow, if somebody has enough coins, they find that the future is not going to be better than current, they decide call it a day, they dump everything inside, all the efforts is gone, right? Okay, so it's relatively safe, of course. Then the initial liquidity pool, also nobody can withdraw, right? Imagine who owns the liquidity pool is the developer. They put everything inside. Okay, so this part is based on the, we can check this based on the DEX tool, based on the BSC scan. In the FSV fast start, we actually show you how do you check based on the FSC BSC scan. You can see the liquidity pool, you can see how they burn, and we can even show you who owns what. We can know the top 100 people, how many % they own, right? So of course today we don't have much times, right? We can do that later. And the third one is that we want to invest anything, whether our money or our efforts or time, we want to invest into something that is safe, but also have market potential, right? And the FSC has a lot of potential. Why? Because it's leveraging on IPFS, which is the Web 3.0 technology, the distribution of the storage, right? The decentralized storage, which is IPFS, the Web 3, and the world, as I mentioned, is going towards Web 3. The technology is good enough to proliferate us into Web 3, and it's based on video. Video is the most visual, right? Okay, you want to watch 1,000 pictures or watch like few minutes of videos, right? And based on NFT copyrights, patent is a very major issue in the world, and is solving one of the major issue in the world in terms of patent, in terms of copywriting. Okay, so then the second one is that it actually links to the real world merchant royalty programs, and this is huge because no matter what consensus we have, we can only reach to a certain scale. Let's say Dogecoin or this or Shiba, if there's no application, well, it can reach to 20 billion, 30 billion, but it cannot reach to a few 100 billion, right? Which is doesn't make sense, right? But the world has very huge consumption, right? Because everybody, when we are born, when we drink milk, we consume. Until we die, we also consume, right? So if imagine not every merchant, some of the merchants can use FSC as a discount, as a royalty program. It is a huge market. And in the FSC Fast Start, we actually explain to you how the detailed mechanism, how you can use FSV as a discount. Okay, so based on these three, I think I try to summarize what we covered today. So good, I think I've covered quite a lot today. I'm pretty happy with the recording. And the next step, if there is a lot of demand and there's the request, we can do a fast start. The last fast start that we did was like 2 weeks ago. You can download the video. I mean, you can see the video. Just join us in the chat group, right? So because some of you, I don't know where you're from, you can join us the chat group FSC Global, right? There's a WhatsApp. Okay, if you are not in the chat group, ask the people that refer you to this Zoom to the chat group, or you can just scan here, or you can just write to me. I can add you in the chat group. Okay, so if you are new, you download the FSC wallets, okay, from fs.video, right? You can download your Android phone or PC. The FSC doesn't support Apple because IPFS is open source. Apple is very knitted close, right? So don't support this and don't support that. No choice. So you can download using Android or PC, and you can buy the FSC from PancakeSwap. If you know how to buy from PancakeSwap, good. If you don't know, then just see the fast start video. We actually teach you, right? Alex has done a very good training on that. Then you can burn FSC in lifetime mining. So buy FSC. If you want to do the mining, you just press a few buttons. You convert the FSC into the mining capacity, right? That means how many gigabyte. Then based on the formula just now I show you, that's how you get the number of FSC per day. If FSC go up to $50, $100, then good for everybody. Okay, and then yeah, if you not inside our chat group, just join our chat group. Then we want to build our community to help each other. Any questions, just ask. No questions, silly questions. Okay, and then attend a fast start training when the next time we have fast start. Otherwise, watch the video. All right, there's enough. There's requests on fast start. Then we have got more. Some people wants it. We were happy to guide. It's very happy sharing. I really enjoy myself. The more I share, the more clear I am on FSV. So I'm going to stop this video, right? And just check. Okay, still you guys are still there. So I'm going to stop this video, and then we are going to do some Q&A in Chinese also can, right? So good. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for sharing. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording.